Tonight, a delegation from Barbados has paid a courtesy call on Ghana's Aviation Minister Joseph Ada. The two parties signed a memorandum of understanding to jointly assist in the development of the aviation sectors of their respective countries. Barbadian Minister of Tourism and International Transport, Carol Simons, explains the move was strategic considering Ghana's enviable record in the aviation space. There's more in this report.
Government of Barbados will in the coming days be understudying Ghana's civil aviation sector as the Caribbean country sets out to establish its first civil aviation authority. During a courtesy call on Ghana's aviation minister, Joseph Ada, Minister of Tourism and International Transport for Barbados, Carol Simons, explains the reason for choosing Ghana.
For years, had wanted to go there, but as you know, it requires a lot of budgetary and financial commitment and support from the Ministry of Finance. And the reality is that successive administrations for many, many years did not try to treat that as a priority. So it has now become a matter of priority for us, and we have been, as leaders of government tend to do, they give you a mandate to get it done quickly.
With Ghana Civil Aviation Authority currently rated the best in West Africa, Aviation Minister Joseph Ada noted the aviation sector is opening up for more investment and business opportunities.
We've done quite well. The numbers have gone up quite high. If you go back to about 2017, then the numbers were about 1.7 million passenger throughput. By the end of December last year, we went up to a little over 3 million. And so it means there's a lot of interest in Ghana. I cannot even go through the details of the airlines, which have started with just one flight here a week, 2 flights here a week, to every day of the week now. And a lot of them are coming here and moving on to neighboring countries, to Togo, to Benin, and so on.
Meanwhile, the Barbados delegation has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Aviation to prop up the development of both countries' aviation sector.
Tax expert and Director of Tax Services at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Abeku Jankwanza, has charged the Ghana Revenue Authority to, as a matter of urgency, get all electronic businesses in the country registered. This, he believes, will help the authority track their transactions and ensure that the right taxes are being paid. Mr. Jankwanza is optimistic that the Ghana Revenue Authority can meet its targets, as in revenue, if the necessary loopholes in the tax laws are addressed.
Issue also around the e-commerce I talked about. Since 2013, our tax laws are clear. If I sit in my room and I'm downloading from my App Store, my Google Play or whatever, and I do certain things, there are taxes that arise. But even when the people want to go and register, they do not even have the modalities in place because your registration requirement still assumes that you must have a fixed base here in Ghana, but the guy does not have it. So if you pass a law and we are not implementing these things, then the question is, why do we keep complaining about this revenue gap?
So you think we should be blaming our own self?
I think so. And one of the points that I think is worth mentioning, and I talk to a lot of businesses, there are several issues in dispute with the revenue. 2018 budget was clear. Mr. Minister clearly said, I want to ensure that if there's a dispute between you and the revenue, there's an independent panel to quickly resolve the issue so that we don't just run to the courts. The courts have a lot to do already. This was said in the 2018 budget. 2019 budget has been read. 2020 budget has been read. We have still not moved on. So then you have a case whereby there are a lot of dispute still hanging. And anytime those disputes hang, my Finance 101 lecturer would tell me that there's time value of money, right? So an assessment that should have been at that time, yes, somebody may raise the issue around interest, blah, 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 but the argument will be no, we must also determine it at a particular point in time. So what are the interests? Whatever be it as it may, money that we should have collected yesterday is not being collected because they are in disputes, and those disputes are not being resolved as quickly as they ought to be resolved.
The Bank of Ghana has rolled out a new platform to ensure transparency in foreign exchange trading amongst banks. This platform, which is known as Refinitiv Spot Margin, is also expected to help in pricing the cedi for forex trading. The move by the Bank of Ghana is part of several efforts aimed at stabilizing the local currency. Over the years, the Bank of Ghana has been implementing FX market reforms to enhance transparency, improve price discovery, and increase availability of FX hedging products. The Bank of Ghana has now adopted the Refinitiv Spot Margin platform as a market standard for interbank trading of up to $250,000. Refinitiv spot margin is the primary source of interbank liquidity in 27 currencies due to its features. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, charged all commercial banks to adopt the new platform.
It will be mandatory for all banks on the Ghana interbank market to use this platform for all their firm dealings of lot sizes in multiples of 250,000 or more. The adoption of this platform is a key step for deepening the local FX market, and we therefore expect full adoption from every bank. The bank would in the future approve granting functionality permission on this platform to other relevant stakeholders, such as the bulk oil distributing companies, BDCs, and mining firms that the Bank of Ghana considers important in the foreign exchange market.
Market Development Manager in charge of trading at Refinitiv, Nuno Neto, has been explaining to Joy Business the importance of the platform.
Because the matching is basically a central limit order book. So what does it mean is everyone puts firm orders, firm liquidity. And with that firm liquidity, that helps provide more price discovery, but also gives more confidence and trust to the market in trading, because they see where the prices are at all times and what is the depth of the book, how much is actually available from a trading perspective in the whole interbank. And that will be a key avenue for then the central bank also use whenever it's needed to provide more liquidity to the market. So what we are doing is aggregating, consolidating all the liquidity that is available in the market into one single platform.
The Refinitiv spot matching platform will play an effective role in further transforming the interbank market. Ibn Sabate's report for Joy Business. While President Akufo-Addo during the State of the Nation address yesterday highlighted the challenges within the banking sector and efforts within the last few months to bring back confidence, while former Finance Minister Seth Terkper has been outlining some solutions to offset future challenges within the banking sector. He spoke on Joy FM's Super Morning Show today.
We need a bank resolution law. A bank resolution law is how do you resolve a problem as it emerges so that you don't take panic actions. You see through the Bank of Ghana supervision and other things that there is a problem ahead of you.
So that we don't face banks in the future.
Secondly, we believe that even on a going basis, on an ongoing basis, some regulatory framework should be put in place in two areas. One, bad debts and things should be quantified and put, in a sort of account and managed, right, to allow for, gradual cleanup, of the banking sector than the one big bang. The other thing is that if you look at the context, we are asking banks to raise 400 million, from about 120. It was going to be 230, 250, 230, then 400 million. This, against the background, and for the local firms, local banks in particular, the foreign banks, they have, their parents outside, stronger economies who can bring in this money. It's difficult to raise even the 400 million. Today we are told that debt is being converted to equity. We have to establish GAT for some banks, who are also local. I'm saying, why don't we take a gradualist approach and say, giving projections as we all do, statistical service and everybody, banks will require 600, million to be solid, 750 million to be solid. And instead of waiting and giving them, say, 6 months or so to raise that money, we could do it on an annual basis.
Well, leadership of the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies has charged its members to continuously be compliant and improve its governance systems. Executive Secretary Tweniboa Kodwo wants them to improve upon relationship with the community as part of moves to restore confidence in the financial sector after the banking sector crisis. Now, one such positive relationship is to produce financial schemes to support SMEs for water, sanitation and hygiene projects. Mr. Tweniboa Kodwo spoke at the Wash Learnings and Dissemination Conference organized by Sinapia Bar Savings and Loans in Accra.
The financial sector cleanup, though, would strengthen the sector, resulted in reducing the public confidence. After Thursday's announcement, leadership of the Association of Savings and Loans wanted members to produce financial schemes to support SMEs in a move to restore confidence in the sector. Chenebo Akodua Boache is Executive Secretary.
We want to make sure that we correct all the wrongs. It's a year of recovering from all the challenges that we went through the past 2 years. More than 85 directors have gone through directors certification. A lot of the management are also being built in risk management, and that customers will also be more confident in doing business with every savings and loans company in the country, and continuously become compliant with all regulations by the central bank. The governance system to continuously be improved. Going forward, the relationship with customers are going to improve, and we have seen a lot of them. Just like Snapiaba is doing this wash product and all that, that is, let us be socially also responsible.
He spoke at the WASH Learnings and Dissemination Conference that brought together stakeholders to profess ways to make water, sanitation and hygiene finance and sustainable. Tony Fosu, CEO of Snapiaba Savings and Loans, led the initiative.
So far, Snapiaba has invested heavily together with our developmental partners in excess of 25 million Ghana cedis in developing the water and sanitation and hygiene products and services. And WASH is an area that the private sector, all developmental partners should team together to bring facility and support to our poor neighborhoods and communities.
It is also investing 30 million cedis in WASH businesses over 5 years. Joyce Owusu-Dabo is the programs manager.
And we hope to increase this amount in the next 5 years to about 30 million Ghana cedis to reach over 1,500 clients. What we have done as an institution is to make it convenient and easily available for people to have access to financing, to be able to access either sanitation or save water for the home, or to support WASH business entrepreneurs to invest into their WASH business operations.
The association says they will continue working with the regulator to ensure the industry is stronger than before. Prince Apia reports.
Meanwhile, 200 unemployed youth in the Agona-Suedu municipality in the central region have been given a major opportunity to acquire skills and apprenticeship for their future enterprise. The youth will select any apprenticeship of their choice, and their training and startups would be taken care of by Snapiaba. Snapiaba is expected to provide all that will be required for the apprentices to ensure that their training and skills acquisition become effective. Richard Kojinyako has more.
Snapiaba has in times past been supporting youth that desire to acquire skills and apprenticeship, but do not have the wherewithal to do so. So far, 4,000 of such persons have been supported across the country, and currently 200 youth from the Agona-Suedu area are being considered. Those that have been selected are taken through a series of training to prepare their hearts and minds before their apprenticeship and skill acquisition starts. Margaret Owusu is the coordinator, Youth Apprenticeship Program of Snapiaba.
Agona-Suedu project is they are made up of 200 beneficiaries, boys and girls, and each of them taking different trades that they opt for. And so most of them are doing dressmaking, tailoring, others are doing hairdressing, others are doing welding, general electricals, and then auto electricals, and all the others that they are choosing.
She explains the criteria for the selection of the program.
For the apprentices, we, as much as possible, want to select those who have no responsibility at home, so that they can learn the trade with all their mind, with all their heart, and with all the everything that they need. Because we are dealing with time here. Our project is time-bound, and therefore we want to start and then complete at the same time. So we'll make sure that we select people who have no responsibility, like people, some of the girls are looking after their parents, some of them have children, some of them are, we want to make sure that you don't have any responsibility. So if the person is not nursing a baby, and we see the person has even has gotten children but yet is serious, well, we just pick them and see. So, because in central region, if you say we are not picking those who are giving birth, we may not get people. So if the person has no sometimes people are giving birth, but they have parents who are looking after the child. So that one we can pick the person. So it depends on condition the person is in.
Aguna branch manager of SNAP Yaba, Clement Ni Ayi, says the gesture is a clear demonstration that the institution is a strong tower in terms of savings and loans companies in Ghana, and they are confident of leading through such programs.
I will say that at the moment, our deposit portfolio and our loan portfolio are appreciating due to their trust and confidence our cherished customers still have in us. This program is re-emphasizing that SNAP Yaba is the leader when it comes to the savings and loans industry. So I believe after this program, we are going to experience an increase in our portfolios in terms of clients, in terms of our deposits, in terms of our loans.
In all, 85% of those selected for the program are women, while 15% are men. From Aguna Swedru, my name is Richard Kwejenya Akon for Joy News.
You're watching Business Live. We'll be right back with some more stories. To Business Live, my name is Daryl Kwao. Businesses are being urged to prioritize customer service orientation to focus and fit consumer needs. Speaking with Inshirado on the Executive Lounge, President of the Institute of Customer Service Professionals, Yvonne Ohui McCarthy, impressed on the need to embed customer service in every business culture.
When you're starting a business, instead of thinking about the money, capital, I need a space, because most people don't even need the space that they're trying to get. They could do that business in their room on their laptop. Rather, spend time to educate yourself about the group of people whom you think you're going to be providing the service for. What do they need? How do you keep them happy? How do you anticipate their needs? So from the inception of your business, you understand your customer and you grow with them. Unfortunately, that's not the case. People start off their businesses and they think, oh, I don't need to know anything about the customer. And then a year or two later down the line, you realize your customers start complaining and giving them trouble. So I would say for us to start right, with all the entrepreneurial courses and programs that we have going on now, customer service needs to be embedded in these incubators so that people can learn who their customers are, what the right things are before they even start operating. We also need to look at how we can educate the younger ones because it has to be a part of us. When I speak about the mentality, you don't just get up and have a particular mentality. It's something that you experience. It's something that you go through. That's what forms the mentality for you. So if we're able to go through our schools, maybe not even primary, but secondary school, and then start teaching concepts of customer service, concepts of ownership, concepts of confidence, concepts of communication, because those are the building blocks of customer service. I think by the time they're done with their 3 or 4 years, they would at least be 50% there. So when you're dispersed into the work environment, you will be fine.
So don't catch this weekend's episode of the Executive Lounge. That is at 6 p.m. on Saturday right here on this channel, JoyNews, which is free to air, repeat on Sundays at 9:30 p.m. Now, a former provost of the College of Engineering at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology says prioritizing science and technology is crucial in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Professor Francis Yao Momade observes the goals were fashioned out with science and technology at the heart of the objectives. He was speaking at a leadership conference of the College of Engineering in Kumasi.
Professor Momadi says lack of political will has stagnated scientific research in the country. He believes substantial funding will reverse the situation.
If you take, for example, the one with water, right, you will realize that this country can make an input to make sure that our water resources are okay and should be sufficient for the coming generation. There are ways to go about it, and you use science and technology for that. Or those people in rural communities that are not drinking good water. I think what I see lacking is that, to me, what I see lacking is the state. Because if I say government, people will say against, you know. So let me say the state. The state is not able to provide for water, good drinking water for all the people. And it's possible to use science and technology to do so. I did some work with in the Upper East, Bongo area, where they were drinking fluoride-contaminated water. There are technologies to provide good drinking water for them. So the question.
All right, that's our program tonight. Thanks for watching. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Enjoy your weekend.